Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you, and this is the House of Jacques Bogart. House of Jacques Bogart is a very well known, to some extent well known, to some extent not very well known. Yeah, in the fragrance community, people who know what they taste is, what they're looking for, they know House of Jacques Bogart. So House of Jacques Bogart and Toiletterian, these two sister companies, they put out perfumes that make statement. They are artistic, unusual, they are unique, they are bold, with big characters. For many years they've been doing this, I think for around 50 years or so. They are French companies, both of them, and they considered to be designer, but I think they are more like niche than designers. So I unboxed and reviewed many of their fragrances before, because I love these houses so much myself, for my taste, for my age, for my experience. I love them so much, so I unboxed, reviewed many of them. This one is one of their latest releases, and this is called Jacques Bogart, and this is from One Man Show. In this line they have about 5 or 6 of them. I unboxed and reviewed all of them. So this is the latest flanker. It's called 24 Carat, and it is EDP, which is first for the house, and also is 100 ml. It's targeted for men, and to my nose it is quite masculine. So this perfume was released in 2022 and is quite a famous perfumer behind it, and that is Dominique Precise. Sorry if I'm butchering his name. He's a very well-known perfumer in the fragrance community, probably top 20 perfumers of all times. So he knows what he's doing, he's got experience, he's very knowledgeable, and you can smell it in this perfume. You can smell knowledge, you can smell know-how, you can smell experience in this construction of this perfume. So in terms of presentation, it's very nice. Look at it, it's gold and more gold. So if you like gold stuff, this is your dream. I'm okay. I think it's a little bit over the top, but it's all right. You know, it's quite unique, it's quite different. The design of the bottle is still retro, still same design as 1970s, which I love myself. And the box is quite simple, and in the simple side of things. And the good news is, for me at least, this one in front of me is the first edition. This is 2022 edition. I checked the batch code on the box, and it was 2022 edition, which is the release year. So I was very chuffed. Right now you can find it in United Kingdom under £30. Retails for £75, but you can find it discounted if you are interested to go and check it out. So in your area you have to Google it and see if it comes up and how much it goes for. So in terms of presentation, very nice, especially for a price. In terms of performance, I'm happy to say this is a very good performer, although it's not a beast mode. Usually with House of Jacques Bogart and Toiletterian you get beast mode fragrances. In this case it is good performer, but it's not a beast mode. On my skin went easily over 8 hours. On t-shirt and material goes easily over 10 hours. So it's ample enough, it's plenty of to smell it all day. Don't go more than 5 sprays of this, because still retain that big character and big punchy character of Toiletterian and Jacques Bogart house, and it's very strong. Although I went crazy and I put 10 sprays of it, and my wife kept saying this is a very strong perfume, so you have to be careful with the trigger. This one is better suited for cooler weather, winter, autumn, spring. In summer I think it could be a little bit too much for summer, so that's the recommendation. Age wise I would say 25 years and older to be on the safe side, although in this particular perfume, the perfumer and the House of Jacques Bogart, they tried to modernize it to some extent, but still retains that big, bold and quite unusual character of the house. I would say 50-50 today's perfumery, 50% that classical fragrance is still in here. So I would say 25 years and older to be on the safe side. In terms of occasion, this is one of those Swiss Army knife. You can dress up, dress it down, daytime, nighttime, special occasion, casual, formal, informal. You can wear it to wedding and you can wear it to work. Very versatile. Although it's very, very opulent, but because the price is right, you can use it anytime you want. So, and in terms of gender, this is very masculine to my nose, but if you like this kind of fragrances and you're a lady, why not? You know what I mean? Fragrances, perfumes, scents, they don't have gender. It's all marketing BS. If you like a perfume, wear it. If you don't like a perfume, don't wear it. As simple as that. So let's get to the fragrance itself. The fragrance, yes, I said it in my first video that this reminds me of two fragrances from the same house, from the house of Jacques Bogart, and two other flankers from this line. And one of them is One Man Show Oud Edition, and the other one is One Man Show Gold Edition. So if you imagine those two combined together, you're getting this around maybe 70-80%. The other 20% is its own DNA, so they added a little bit of that rose oud combo in here, especially in the dry down. When it goes to the far dry down, it gets a little bit rose oudy. It doesn't go full on rose oud, but it becomes a little bit rose oudy fragrance. So it transitions a lot. It changes about 3-4 times. So this is again a good sign of good perfumery and good ingredients in here. So it opens up with a huge amber. This I classify this perfume as spicy amber. Very, very big amber, very spicy in the beginning. It's very, very herbal. So you need to like spicy herbal fragrances and amber fragrances to enjoy this, especially the first half-life of this fragrance. The second half, those elements subside a little bit, but they stay till the end of this fragrance. So you need to like this kind of fragrance to enjoy it. It opens up with a big, big orangey, mandarini, tangerine feel. That tangerine and orange feel, it stays there for almost half an hour to 45 minutes. So still very good for that kind of notes, which they evaporate very quickly. After that, well, in the same time, you feel that big, big spiciness. To my nose, a little bit of saffron, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, and also very herbal, something like coriander, something like rosemary in here as well, to make that amalgamation of spices and herbs together very, very big. So for that, the spice and the herbal, it makes it quite punchy, makes it quite unique, it makes it quite how should I put it, big character. So that big character is still here, and you need to like this kind of perfumes to enjoy it. Otherwise it will wear you instead of you wearing it. So you need to be a very, very confident person to wear this. The mid is dominated by that rose and the geranium. The rose and the geranium in here together, making it quite floral, but it never goes on full floral. Okay, you can feel them, but they never goes full throttle in terms of floral, and that's because it retains that masculinity quite well. The base has got big amber and also woods, oudy a little bit, sandalwood and cedar, definitely maybe hint of gaiac wood in here as well. And also it's a big green aspect to it, which is come from the cypriol oil. Cypriol oil giving it that leafy, grassy, camphorous feel to it as well. Let me read you the ingredients and we'll take it from there quickly. So on top we have tangerine, cardamom and pink pepper. This is according to Fragrantica. In the middle we have rose, saffron and geranium. In the base we have agarwood or oud, sandalwood, amber and cypriol oil. So everything in here I get very, very distinctly, plus other things they are not mentioning. For example, those herbal notes and those spicy notes which I mentioned earlier. So and also the amber is quite big from the get-go. Very ambery, very dense, very thick, very resinous, gooey. there's one more thing they're not mentioning to my nose. It comes up quite strong, and that is a incensey feel to it. So there is an incensey feel to it, giving it that feel of incense, a little bit of smokiness as well, a little bit of dustiness, a little bit of powderiness in here, which adds to the complexity of this perfume. So the cardamom plus the pink pepper in the beginning and the tangerine goes super well together and making it very, very appealing. But don't forget those herbal and spicy notes, making it quite bold and big and very, very quite masculine as well. The rose and the geranium, again, they are quite apparent from the get-go, but the dry down, they become stronger. Especially the far dry down, it becomes like a rose oud combo to some extent. It won't go full rose oud combo, but it is there and it is quite noticeable. There is a definite vanillic feel to the base as well, but not too much. It's just a hint of it in here, but definitely I can detect some vanilla in the base, which again they're not mentioning. So you can tell this fragrance is quite complex. Okay, this is a complex fragrance, very well done, very well put together, very well constructed. The blend in here is very good. From the get-go is very smooth and rounded. So it is whatever you expect from modern fragrances in here, apart from the character. The character and the DNA is still on the classical side to some extent. So you need to like this kind of fragrances to enjoy it. So to recap very quickly, very warm and spicy. So spice and more spice, herbs and more herbs, especially the first half of this life of this fragrance. Cinnamon, nutmeg, saffron, and to some extent maybe even cumin in here. Rose and the geranium together, giving it a little bit of that rosy, minty feel, but again, they're not a big player. Especially the dry down, they become a little bit more apparent. Very woody, especially in the base. There's a woods, very, very woody, little layers of woods in here. Little bit of agar wood, little bit of oud, little bit of gaiac wood, little bit of cinnamon, cedar and sandalwood. Sandalwood in here is very, very smooth. Citrus in the beginning, especially that tangerine, giving it that orangey feel, which is very nice. Very, very aromatic, which is coming from the cypriol oil, giving it aromatic green camphorous, a hint of balsamicness in here as well. But it's quite leafy, it's quite grassy, very, very woody. And the amber is very, very apparent in the, especially the first half of life of this fragrance, which is gooey, sticky and resinous and deep and quite a dark amber. Overall, I classify this perfume as semi-fresh to semi-dark. So it's not super dark, but it's got some darkness into it. Hint of powderiness, hint of balsamicness, hint of camphorousness, hint of smokiness, and hint of that powdery, dusty feel to it as well overall. So if you like what I described and you like the One Man Show Oud Edition and One Man Show Gold Edition together, plus the DNA of itself, this is a very, very good representation of modernizing something very classical. I absolutely enjoyed it to the max. I am biased towards this house anyway. I love this house, I love this brand and what they do, and their motto and their courage to put out something like this in 2025 or 2022 when it came out, because majority of the perfumes out there are, you know, vanillic, sweet, and tonka beanies, all those modern perfumery. But in here they still retain very classical word to it, but they mixed it and they modernize it to some extent. So I highly recommend it. Absolutely gorgeous. For under £30, this is a bargain. I am going to enjoy it even more from now on. Okay guys, I'm very happy to have it. If you know it, if you have it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable or entertaining, please don't forget to hit those buttons. This way help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you perfumes like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're amazing value for money, they smell great, and they're hidden gems, and this beauty is definitely a hidden gem. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes and support me that way and get something very, very beautiful in return, you could do that. I leave them in the link. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker. So they are true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in United Kingdom. I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of, and that makes them huge, bold, very artistic, very unique, very long lasting, very strong in character, and they are like time capsule. They take you different places, different times, and they are absolutely gorgeous, if I say myself. Thank you very much as always for watching. Thank you very much for your love and support, and I see you later. Bye.